Donald Trump has been trying to get all American kids back to school, irrespective of coronavirus attacking folks or getting worse. It doesn't matter. Get them back in school. After this video, I'm going to tell you why, but this was beautiful. Richard Carranza, the New York City Schools Chancellor, his response to Donald Trump threatening these school districts if they don't put their kids back to school was exceptional. It ridiculed the president. Check it out, and then we'll have a little talk on the other side.
Mr. Chancellor, let me give you a chance to respond, if I can, finally, to President Trump and his administration. As you know, they're pushing for full-time classroom instructions. They're even threatening to punish schools by pulling funding from schools that do not reopen in classroom learning this year. What is your response to the president and this administration?
Well, Eamon, I was a social studies teacher. I wish he would have taken my government class because he doesn't have the authority to pull funding. So that's number one. But number two, the federal funding that comes to us is the majority is to serve students in poverty. We call that Title I, and students with disabilities. That's the IDEA Act. So the most vulnerable of our students, and in New York City, 80% of our students qualify in those categories. The most vulnerable of our students that have been even more traumatized through the COVID-19 crisis. Is the president really, really saying he wants to further traumatize those students and take funding away from them? Look, we are basing our decisions on when to come back on science. He's basing his decisions on science fiction. We're going to stick with the science.
Wow, Mr. Carranza must be a politician or a comedian. I don't know which one, but he's great at either one. Number one, he made the president seem incompetent and not very knowledgeable by saying, oh, he should have taken my social studies class because you know what? He doesn't have control over the basic finances of the school district. Then he goes ahead and he demeans the president. He makes the president the evil person that he is. You mean you are going to take away the money that comes from the federal government is for feeding the kids and that sort of thing, for the kids that are having the hardest time, the poorest kids, the kids that have the most wants. You mean you are going to penalize those kids? And then lastly, he comes back and he ridicules the president. We believe in science. The president believes in science fiction. Now, the real thing here, folks, is this. What the president is trying to do is he needs the schools to be open because the schools being open is one of the largest daycare centers in the world, right? Because as the kids go to school, the parents go to work. And if the parents don't go to work, the unemployment numbers look horrendous. If the unemployment numbers look horrendous, it really hurts his chances of re-election. But what he doesn't tell you is if he had just done the right thing, shut the darn country down for 2 months earlier on, we would have been in a super hyperbolic economic recovery, because what would have happened is we would have snuffed this thing out before it started. It's the president's incompetence that have the situation where it is today, and this is what we have to start imparting, letting all the people that we're surrounding with our entire sphere of influence, we have to let people know this is what's really happening, not the garbage you're hearing from the president and not the tepidity with which a lot of the mainstream media is talking about it. This president has a lot of debts on his hands, and he also is the person responsible for the destruction of the American economy. I'm Egberto Willies, host of Politics Done Right, an independent news program. I post several news videos of interest every day. I ask you so kindly to subscribe to my channel, and please leave me some comments. Thank you very much.